Today is World Food Day. It is an international day celebrated on October 16th every year. The day commemorates the date of the founding of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization in 1945. The theme for this year is Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind. Head of Food and Agriculture Organization, Bir Mandal, says only a smaller percent of the earth's water is fresh water, where approximately 600 billion people depend on to sustain their livelihood. But with the predicted El Nino season assumed to hit PNG starting next year, chances of survival is risky if people do not manage the use of water properly. He said pollution, climate change and extraction of groundwater are common challenges people are faced with, but if managed accurately, people will survive this predicted prolonged dry season.
That is fundamental element of life, is intrinsically linked to our food system, our livelihood and well-being of our planet. It is precious resources we can no longer take for granted. Water covers over 70% of our Earth's surface. Yet, only a tiny fraction of it is fresh water, suitable for drinking, agriculture, and industrial use.
Meanwhile, Secretary for the Department of Agriculture and Livestock, Shaggy Bang, said DEL is currently working on a preparation plan to supply water to communities that are likely to be impacted by the El Nino season.
2015, as you know, that's a recent drought we had. Close to 1 million people were starving. And they did not know where their next meal was coming from. And let me remind you that in those droughts we've had, that water has itself been a problem as well. That water was short. As we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, we will mobilize civil society, multi-sectoral approach, the departments and farmer organizations, so we can tackle the issue of the water and finally achieve our objective of health and water and food security for all. This cooperation of all development partners, of all department agencies and donors is necessary in resolving our potential conflicts and finding financial resources to be able to provide good water to our population.
Bang said it requires a collaborative effort between the people and the government to ensure water is sustained come the predicted dry season next year. Tracy Sipa, TV1 News.